The story of our musical journey.
Let's talk about that.
Hi, I'm Sage.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're from Laramie, Wyoming. Good Mythical Morning!
Good Mythical Morning!
This episode is brought to you by Smule, makers of the amazing karaoke app Sing with an exclamation point. I am now working on a group song version of Adele's Rolling in the Deep. Help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep. You had my heart inside of your hand, and you played it to the beat.
Now you can actually join Link in singing Rolling in the Deep. Details on how to do that are in the description. Sing is a free download in the App Store.
In the community, there is a discussion with GMM topic suggestions. We have heard the call of one mythical beast, the one and only Victoria it's written up there.
Centauromadoose.
Centauromadoose. Thanks for writing that, Jason. I trust you that you didn't misspell it.
She said, I want to know about your musical backgrounds.
And she said it in this voice, like it's kind of like a Bill Cosby.
Can you tell me about your musical backgrounds?
We know that's not what you sound like, Victoria.
Well, she might.
But
we don't know.
It would be cool if you did.
I just read this text.
Musical backgrounds. We make music occasionally of the comedy variety. Are you aware of this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
good.
been working on it. What you just did, I think, is of the comedy variety.
It is.
Yeah.
I was trying pretty hard. No, I wasn't trying at all. It just comes naturally.
I'd say the first, the great thing about being able to talk about our musical backgrounds is they are, as many things in our life, they are
In the past.
not just parallel, but we experience them together.
Yes, we did.
The first time we ever played a musical instrument was when they broke out the recorders in 5th grade?
Well, Miss Lanier's class.
5th grade.
And I was not in Miss Lanier. No, it was 4th grade because I was in Miss Campbell's class, and they would bring us in to Miss Lanier's class, and Miss Maddox would teach both classes recorder at the same time.
Tate's mom.
And so I still have that recorder.
You're crazy.
It's brown, and I have it in my trumpet case.
Oh, you're a hoarder.
No, I'm sentimental, dude. And I remember I was not good at it.
You're always grabbing stuff from shelves around here and throwing it away. We got to get rid of this. Throw it away.
Well,
but when it comes to your personal stuff, you've got the recorder from 4th grade. If I could...
The space is limited.
There's no way I could even begin to guess where the recorder from my 4th grade recorder experience is right now. It's in a landfill, I'll tell you that right now.
I wasn't great at the recorder. I don't know if you were great at the recorder either, but Linwood Campbell was awesome at the recorder. You remember he would get up in front of the class and do like a solo, and he'd play something, he would just play, he was like a jazz musician. He wouldn't even look at notes. He was like
freestyling. That's a trumpet. All I remember is I had to play...
I think that's Kenny G.
Oh, Susanna. We had the recital where they brought all the parents in for one night. And they were like, you're going to do Oh, Susanna with Anna Holmes, who you ended up dating a couple years later.
Oh, I did. She's smart. Pretty.
We actually went to her house one night while you were dating her and got behind her woodpile and looked into her house.
No, we didn't.
That was crazy too.
Dude.
But a couple of years before that, I had to play Oh, Susanna with her on the recorder. And I remember...
First of all, for the record, I wasn't there that night. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Let's go look at my girlfriend through her window.
No, dude, don't keep bringing it up. I wasn't even there.
That's a whole nother episode. I could talk about that night for 8 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Okay, so I'm up there with Anna playing the recorder, and it's a duet, and we're playing the exact same thing. So... halfway through the song,
you weren't even playing harmony or anything?
No. We were both it was just both playing the melody. We get to the middle of the song, I don't know it. And so I just started going.
Pantomimed.
I'm just moving my fingers at the same beat. When no one will notice, only one recorder is playing through the hard part of Oh, Susanna. And I remember no one really said anything. My parents said, great job.
Yeah, well, that's not what they were thinking. A few years later, 7th grade, I remember you had to take a musical aptitude test in order to get into the band.
Yeah, of course.
You remember that? And to make sure you weren't tone deaf.
You can't be a musical dunce and be in the band.
We both passed that, and your older brother, Cole, had played in that Buies Creek band, he had a trumpet. So that you said, well, I'm going to be a trumpet. And so that means I said, well, I'm going to be a trumpet
We're
too.
going to be
I'm going to be a trumpeter.
2 trumpets.
So I went out and got my mom to buy me a trumpet. And I remember I was so excited. Me and my friend Rhett, we're going to play trumpet in the band. It's only got 3 valves. It's got to be pretty easy. And then we go to a few classes with Mr. Grider, and then the next time we have class, you're not there. And I'm like, what happened? You quit.
My trumpet got stolen.
Trumpet got stolen after 3 classes, and then for the next 2 years, I was stuck in band because I had shelled out $450 for a trumpet.
And you got great
and you
at it.
deserted me, man.
You got great at it. You became
Deserted
first chair.
I became, no, Amanda Lord was first chair.
Second chair.
I became second chair.
Of 3 trumpets, you became second chair.
I did not play...
Of 3 trumpets in a very small town at the elementary school.
Hey, it's difficult to play the harmonies on the trumpet. That's what second chair really is. It's more difficult.
Huh? Okay.
Absolutely, it's more difficult. But I did not play in high school because I became a soccer star and a ladies' man.
And then a couple of years later, I remember after my short spurt with the recorder and the trumpet and Link, you still
That's an
have that
appropriate
trumpet.
term.
You still have that trumpet, by the way. It's the trumpet that you always play whenever we play the trumpet.
Yeah, so I have that trumpet with that recorder in the case with it, and you just throwing caution and care to the wind and getting things stolen.
Yeah, I'm
You
sorry.
don't appreciate things.
I didn't think you had to lock things up in Buies Creek. I learned my lesson. So,
come to think of it, Amanda Lord's trumpet looked just like yours. Of course, they all look the same. So I'm not accusing anybody.
okay, so a couple of years later, junior year, we decide that we are going to...
This is junior year of high school.
High school. We're going to start a band. Now,
Yes.
You play a little trumpet, but we weren't like, let's start a trumpet band.
No, that would be stupid.
Let's just start a band, and we don't play instruments, so we both got to be lead singers.
Yeah, and so we had, in our group of friends, John Enzor wanted to start playing bass because his dad played guitar and piano and was teaching him that. But Matt Enzor, his older brother, who was our classmate, he just wanted to be a sound guy.
Right.
So then we got Eric, our other friend, who was just learning guitar, and we just all sat in a room and tried to write a song.
Yeah, we
horrible.
thought the way you started a band was just to begin writing a song. No one has any musical knowledge, just to sit down and write a song.
And that's good. That's a good mentality. I would recommend that.
Really?
Just writing, just jumping in head first.
The song was
cluelessly.
absolutely horrible. And Benny, John and Matt's dad, heard it and was like, boys, I think the best way to start this band is to do some cover songs. And he's like, listen, I'll play with you. I can play the guitar. I can play the keyboard. Let's just set up and we'll just get together and play.
Benny Enzor was his name and still is his name. We saw him when we went home for the high school graduation. I will go on record right now and say that Benny Enzor, you changed our lives.
I agree with that.
Benny Enzor, you changed our lives by saying, I'm going to mentor you guys to be in a band. He was an Allman Brothers fan and like an Eagles fan. And he played the classic rock type thing.
Yeah.
But so he would teach us to play these songs. But for some reason, one of the first songs that we played was I can see clearly now the rain is
we didn't
gone.
sing it that high. I was starting lower. We first of all, don't forget the visual. We wore cowboy hats and white shirts and jeans, and we matched. There were 2 lead singers. We didn't know what we were doing. We wore cowboy hats.
And the name of the band,
see clearly
we didn't say,
now the rain is gone.
and it didn't sound nearly that good. If you can call that
I can
good.
see all
Obstacles in my way.
I can see all obstacles in my way. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Gone are the obstacles in my way, or something.
I can see all the obstacles in my way. I can see the obstacles so I can clear them. And do we say the name of the band?
Wax Paper Dogs.
With a Z.
Okay, and here's the interesting thing about the evolution of the Wax Paper Dogs. About 3 months in, we realized, I think we saw some videotape of us performing for some of our friends. We were like, this dual lead singer thing is not a good idea. I was like, I'm going to learn how to play the guitar. So I picked up the guitar, forced myself to learn, and 1 month later was playing the guitar in the band. And then, somehow, over the next 18 months, we went from a dual lead singer country band, horrible country. When we kind of remained horrible the entire time.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, we became this punk rock rap band. We started bleaching our hair, buying the huge Jinko jeans that were really big at the bottom.
We wore like the chain on the wallet.
We went through
I don't know what that was for.
What would
It's
normally
like
take
to strangle an assailant, maybe.
What would normally take a band like 40 years to go through this evolution of going from a country band to a punk band, we went through in 18 months.
What band over the course of 40 years has done that? None.
None.
Because they're much smarter than we were, and we just did everything.
We were
with
just trying.
Such gusto. Here's the thing I want to say. If you're thinking about picking up an instrument or being in a band, like a garage band type thing, you should do it. I mean, pick the right people to associate yourself with, because you can get into quite the hole in the whole music scene. It's dangerous. But there's nothing better than being in this little clique of a band where you're getting together and practicing and imagining people showing up, sitting in seats or standing and clapping and watching you and enjoying you sing.
Well, and
it's so exhilarating.
And for us
to be in that kind of a group.
The music is such a big part of what we do. It's, in one sense, it's why we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
A lot of it comes from just the success we've had with music videos. We wouldn't have done that without that totally ridiculous idea to start that band.
So this is becoming a pep talk.
And this is before the age of the internet, which we had the advantage because those performances that would embarrass us, which we probably would show you if we had tapes of them. I think I lost the tapes.
I think you did. I know you did.
But it was before the age of the internet, so they're not out there. Thank goodness.
Wax
So be
paper
careful.
dogs.
Don't let anybody get any videotape of your early performances.
Pick up an instrument, people. Make it happen. And let's end this episode of Good Mythical Morning.
I think it's gonna land.
Are we gonna hit it? Are we gonna almost hit a secret spot?
Link falls in a very deep hole.
Hey, look at me. I'm gonna just sit in my chair. There's no hole here.
Watch that.
Whoa! Hey! The deep hole!
Jason, I've never seen that. This was right. It was right there underneath his chair the entire time. We should have that looked at. Link!
Yeah!
Hold on, I'm gonna
Throw me a rope or something.
drop you a USB cable.
Not a good idea!
It's a little tangled up.
Keep it coming! Okay. Now send the computer!
No,
Get some work done!
I want you to grab onto it and come out.
I like it down here.
Okay.
Just,